Welcome to our new video on trending techs in cycling for the year 2022. Everything around us is dominated by technology, especially if you like bikes. Every year, new bicycles and parts promise a significant improvement in performance. However, not every inventive product that enters the market each year will be a success. What will therefore truly matter for your ride? High pivot suspension designs have been used for more than 20 years, thus they are not new. High pivots offer an axle path that is more rearward, which enhances suspension performance in rocky terrain. Comencal started a high pivot arms race after dominating the Downhill World Cups in 2018 with its high pivot Supreme DH. However, we require high pivot bicycles that we can use on common paths. Early high pivot trail bike releases came from lesser known companies like Forbidden and Deviate, but big manufacturers were slow to react. The high pivot curious can select from the new Cannondale Jekyll, Norco Shore, Devinsai Spartan, or GT Force for the 2022 model year. I believe you may anticipate the debut of high pivot bikes from a few more major companies after asking some industry insiders for information. Because of this, I'm making the prediction that 2022 will be the year of the high pivot. Shimano has just entered the wireless drivetrain market with its new semi-wireless 12-speed Dura-Ace and Ultegra groups, unlike SRAM, which has had its wireless ETAP and AX drivetrains available for years. At the Pros Closet, will wireless drivetrains replace mechanical ones? Never wager against it. Wireless looks to be the way of the future. However, electronic shifting is just the beginning. With mountain bike parts like the wireless reverb axe dropper post and the flight attendant suspension control system, SRAM has been leading the wireless charge. Along with various other devices that can be examined in its most recent wireless patents, Shimano is also developing its own wireless dropper. Don't forget that Shimano and Fox, which uses its live valve electronic suspension technology, are close partners. This year, fascinating bikes might be released that include automatic shifting, dropper post, suspension, lighting, keys, and even brakes. A wonderful moment to be alive. For all types of bikes, including road bikes, I firmly believe in tubeless tires. Unfortunately, this viewpoint is not yet shared by the majority of ardent roadies. There have undoubtedly been some issues to iron out, but ever since the ETR-TO tire and ISO rim standards were modified in 2019 to make tubeless systems dependable and simple to install, I've been feeling like inner tubes are bound for oblivion. Now, more road bikes are manufactured with tubeless rims. Leading wheel producers like Zip, ENVE, DT Swiss, and Reynolds already produce their most popular wheels with tubeless compatibility. And last, Continental has made the GP5000 STR the greatest road tire I've ever seen, compatible with all of these rims. I must discuss my obsession with 1X drivetrains. Sadly, I don't believe 2022 will see a rapid increase in 1X road bikes, but I do believe that year will see a huge increase in the number of new bikes with SRAM's newest gravel-specific XPLR drivetrain. We now have two dedicated 1X systems that offer multiple one-tooth gaps between the upper gears in addition to Campagnolo ECAR. That's an important step in the direction of a 1X system that roadies will eventually accept. I'm now watching for Shimano to introduce a 1X 12-speed GRX variant to compete. Maybe we're not that far off from the lovely all-1X future I've been dreaming of. SRAM also debuted the RockShox Ruddy Gravel suspension fork together with the XPLR drivetrain. Fox also plans to introduce an upgraded Axe gravel fork. More and more gravel bikes are including suspension forks and models with suspension like the Cannondale Topstone Lefty, Loft True Grit, Niner MCR RDO, and Bontrack Hook ADV have drawn a lot of interest. I'm one of many people hoping to obtain a new gravel fork this year because gravel suspension is popular. With the SWAT door on the 2016 Stump Jumper, a clever down tube section where riders could store spares, tools, and munchies, Specialized launched it all. Trek's system later used a similar strategy. Giant and Orbea will now, starting in 2022, offer in-frame storage on their new Orbea Rallon and Giant Trance models. All you need to know if you've never owned a bike with in-frame storage is that it's amazing and convenient. As soon as companies learn how to add concealed storage compartments into their frame designs, expect to see more companies jump on board. I'll simply keep pulling my derailleur off every time I take a wrong course through a rock garden until gearbox mountain bike drivetrains mature. The Lao Bike Supre Drive, which divides the rear derailleur in half and tucks it inside the rear triangle to keep it out of harm's way, was first shown to us a few months ago. Although it has not yet entered production, if it is successful, it might completely alter the way mountain bikes are made. Since Lao Bikes has already partnered with a big brand, many designers will undoubtedly spend 2022 considering how to use this design. Every piece of technology covered here is something I believe will stick around and have an influence on bike design for years to come. I've seen plenty of hot bike trends last for a few years before dying out. But hey, I'm not always right. Please share your thoughts on my list and any hot new bike technologies I might have overlooked in the comments section. Thank you for watching and consider subscribing if this video has brought you any value.